We're back for another incredible discussion with a great friend of mine, Jess Daily. Hello, Miss Jess.
Hey.
What's up, girl?
Not much. Just enjoying another Monday.
It's so funny because I had to get this book out. My friend Christine Straight wrote this book. It's called Mompreneurs in Network Marketing. And back in, I don't know, maybe 2016, 2017, I was featured in her book as a mompreneur who has had success in network marketing. And I thought, holy crap, so much has changed since this book, which, by the way, you can get her book on Amazon.
Awesome.
Now I get to interview and talk to incredible mompreneurs. So I feel like I'm on the other end of this, which is cool. But Christine basically coined that phrase mompreneur. And it's all about the real life discussions of working moms like us, right? So we've evolved as moms. We've had the 50s moms who had the vacuum and the martini and dinner ready for your spouse when he got home. And then there was the working mom, the exhausted, always running out the door, getting your kid to daycare, having that corporate job, stressing out about how am I going to find time to grocery shop and clean the house and get the laundry done. And now we're in this new era. And that's what I want to talk to you about, because this is kind of the life that you're living. Mm-hmm. And that is the life of raising your family and really hustling to provide value and to make money through your home-based business. So what is it that you do?
Oh my, it depends on the day. It depends on the hour and the minute as to which hat I am wearing. Because I still do all of those things, from the vacuuming to the cleaning and the laundry and the prepping the dinner, which I have to do a little while from now. I'm gonna let the kids go out back and swim for about an hour or so, and then I got to come in and start the dinner prep. So yeah, still wearing all the hats. But one of the things I have decided to do as a stay-at-home mom of 7 years now, because previously I was a teacher and did that until I had my first child, and decided after that I was staying home. Or not just me, my husband and I decided it would be best. And so I want to say it was, actually back in 2011 when I kind of first dabbled with a party plan kind of thing, and tried to do a little bit of some kind of network marketing stuff, but it wasn't big to do everything that it is now, and on Facebook and stuff. I just held in-home parties or went to people's houses and sold these really cool courses. But after I got pregnant with our first child, I just kind of let that go for a while because I was just tired and sick, and it was crazy. So when I did try to get back into it after, I want to say 6 months or so, things had changed a lot, and I just ended up with all this inventory that I couldn't sell, and it was just insane. So I didn't get back into anything like that until I had my second child and decided, I wanted to try to feel like I had value and do something for my family. So I got into doing a MLM that a friend of mine had presented to me. It was health and wellness, and it's man, that just really speaks to me, because I had really gotten close to a couple girlfriends when I lived in Florida, and they had really shown me the importance of doing things more naturally and organically, because that wasn't how I was raised. I was just, American cheese was cheese, Velveeta was cheese, and oh my gosh, cheese out of a can, or lunch meat. I didn't know what healthy and natural was, and so they helped kind of show me and start changing my whole perspective and mindset on how to better take care of myself. And even during that time, I was watching my father have a lot of health issues, and then eventually turned to cancer, which unfortunately took his life almost 11 years ago. And so I just knew that I wanted to do something in the health and wellness field to help other people not have to go through stuff like that and experience seeing a loved one, especially somebody as close as a parent, suffer and be in pain and not take care of themselves. So I'm really thankful to my girlfriends that helped really introduce me into that lifestyle. And so, yeah, I dabbled with the MLM for about almost a year and a half. And then I had another friend kind of talk to me about what it is that I do now. And it's simply just taking knowledge that I have about health and wellness and sharing that with folks, and how to just take your everyday shopping or once a week or whatever it is you do, and shopping smarter for better, safer, healthier products at a pretty amazing online wellness store that I've been with for 3 years and just started my 4th year in May. And I love it. I absolutely love it.
That was my next question. How long has it been? Because, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh. Wow. It goes by fast, but it also seems like forever, doesn't it?
Yes. But yeah, just health and wellness is my life. It's my journey. And it's something like, I mean, if you look at my stories and whatnot, because that's something I do pretty consistently is kind of post to my stories, and I'm trying to do post to my walls and all that stuff too. But, you know, I'm always showing my working out or my after pictures of me sweating and stuff, but it's just part of who I am. I want to encourage other women, especially out there, that no matter what stage of life you're at, you can change that mindset of, no, I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy. I'm just too fat. I'm never going to be what the world says I'm supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And you can be, you know, exactly the way you were made to be, you know, and accept who you are and do what you need to do to have a happy, positive life and be healthy at the same time.
You know what I love? Like, I think you and I have been friends for maybe 4 years now, all 4 years that you've been in this shopping club. And we're people who we talk sporadically, but when the conversation picks up, we haven't lost time. It's like we just pick it up exactly where we left off. Everything is natural. But the funny thing is, right now we're so in sync with one another. It's crazy because I hear you talking about authenticity. I hear you telling these moms who want to have more, it's okay being who you are. Mm-hmm. It's okay having babies, still doing your own laundry, still doing all of this. But guess what? You can do it while earning money and having safer options, so that you don't have to worry about that big C word creeping in. You're trying to minimize exposure because believe it or not, pesticides, toxins, carcinogens, chemicals, all these things that we breathe that are absorbed through our skin absolutely factor into your health, your physical health, your brain health, all of the above.
And we've got 2 C words now, Corona and cancer. So we don't want either one of them. So
I didn't even think about that. Gosh.
Or COVID, either one, it doesn't matter. But
all C's.
These sucks.
I want to go back for a minute because you hit on so many things that for me as a coach, as a life and business coach, this is exactly what I help women work on, finding that fire and kicking ass and taking that power back. But one thing that you said is that I'm still a mom, right? I still have all of these things, these responsibilities as a mom. So I want to know, this is real talk, you know, for the person who's watching right now, how do you juggle it all? How do you get it all done? And
and other days, you know, I feel like I'm Superwoman, but I mean, I'm not even sure how I'm smiling right now because I had a 4:20 wake up call from my older son. And then,
not that 4:20 people, 4:20 a.m.
Yes, 4:20 a.m., not p.m., a.m. this morning. And both of my boys had to have sheets changed and did that and then tried to go back to sleep. And I woke up as, you know, grumpy, cranky mommy. And, you know, I just, you know, it's one of those things I had to decide. I was going to either let my sleep deprivation rule me and control me and dictate my day, or I was going to say, you know what? No, I'm going to change my attitude, change my mindset, and I'm going to, speaking of the devil.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, baby. You know, but I just decided,
I'm Steven.
Yes,
Hi,
that's my name, Steven. But, you know, I was like, you know what? No, I'm not going to let the fact that I had to get up and change sheets in, you know, early mornings, hours before I was ready to wake up, like, tell me that I'm going to have a crappy day. I still am going to go ahead and get this laundry done because I had other laundry to do anyways. It's just added to the pile, but that, and I still need to cook dinner because we still got to eat. And and I actually kind of was crying a little bit, honestly, to my husband this morning, and he lovingly just hugged me and talked to me and talked me through it. And he's like my rock, man. He's just, sometimes he's better than others, but and sometimes I'm better at actually receiving it, hearing it, but then other times I'm not.
I love that. You're still sitting in a place of gratitude.
And my husband's like, this is a good, first attempt, a first draft, but you've got to be able to, make one for the kids. And then I see you've got stuff in here for you and for them. Make one for you, make one for the kids, and, have things set aside that you're going to do for your time, and then have things for the kids that, and try not to put it all together and, dictate every minute of every hour if you feel like you can't actually do that. And so I was like, you're right. But it just was nice too, because then my mom is here visiting, and the day has actually flowed kind of according to the schedule, more or less. And so I'm like, okay, it's Monday. We're having a good day. Even though the morning started off really early, things are still working out, but it just, every day comes with new challenges, and you've got to be willing to accept that there's going to be curveballs thrown at you or bumps along the way. And like I said, you either accept that and make the lemonade out of the lemons you're thrown, or you say, well, screw it, and just woe is me, poor me, life sucks. And I used to be that Debbie Downer and that negative Nelly, and that's just not the person I want to be anymore. I want to help moms overcome that and know that they have something beautiful to offer to people, no matter what it is. They just got to find it deep down inside of them and let go of that negativity and not let that rule over them. And
not to mention, when you're sitting in that space, you attract more of that. And
yes.
So there's self-perpetuated vicious cycle that's happening. And it's like, when do you know, get me off this hamster wheel? I can't,
yes.
So 4 things that you've said that are really like baseline for everybody who's watching. It's gratitude, it's mindset. And without you realizing it, you kind of created a DMO, which we know in the industry as a daily method of operation of how structured and disciplined you want your day to look.
Yep.
And that keeps you on task, but also having the grace that when things don't go your way or as planned, which they very rarely do, especially as a mom of 2 boys, just having the grace to get up and say, okay, it didn't work out exactly how I planned, but we still can get this done and this done by having this attitude of abundance, of gratitude, of, hey, I've been changing wet bed sheets at 4:20 this morning, and I'm still smiling, and I'm still here to advocate for me and for other moms. One thing I do want to go back to, because I suffered with this so bad when I decided to give up my corporate life and step into this beautiful world of entrepreneurship, of being a mompreneur. I lost all self-worth because I was tying my self-worth to the money that I was or wasn't making.
Mm-hmm.
And you said a little bit about that, just being able to make money around your life that you've created, whether it's swimming with your boys, whether it's cooking and prepping dinner. So how does your shopping club award you that luxury?
So honestly, it's just been kind of just hard work over the last 3 going into 4 years, and me just being consistent day in and day out and saying, you know what, I'm going to reach out to people, talk to them, and see if what I have to offer is something that would be beneficial to them, and learning as I go that, people are going to tell me no. And for a long time, I did the same thing. I was like, I used to get so upset if somebody said no. I'm like, no, I'm never going to make it. Who am I? I'm just a nobody. Everybody hates me. They tell me no all the time. And I had to get past that and realize that it wasn't me that they were really saying no to. They just didn't fully understand what it was I was trying to offer, or it was just I had come at them in a wrong way in my approach, or it just was bad timing for them, and they just really weren't open to hearing it because who knows what they had going on in their life. And I've grown so much knowing that what I get, and I can honestly say I don't make buku's, 6 figures a month, which is something I'd love to do, but I just know that what I do get is a nice little bit of extra income that can be put away into savings for whatever me and my hubby want to do, you know, with our kids, or if something comes up and we need, you know, a tire on the car or a medical emergency, whatever. But it's just given me such a joy knowing that I'm doing what I want to do, which is helping people see value in getting better, safer products in their homes to feel better and do better. And then getting that reward in just a little bit of extra cash. It's like, wow, I can do this. And then now that I have been doing it for 3 going on 4 years, I'm starting to really see the fruits of my labor coming to fruition. And like, my team is growing and they're growing their team. And I'm like, this is actually happening. I'm becoming somebody. Like, and for a long time, I didn't think I would ever be anybody. Like, who wants to know who Jess Daily is and who cares? Like, I didn't come from a, you know, tippity top of some other MLM or party plan or anything. So it's like, knowing that I can do this, even though I feel like I'm a nobody out there, you know, I'm making myself a somebody, and I'm happy with that. And I'm enjoying the process along the way. I love that I can just see that, and that was the other part of what I had to come to realize with the process, is that some people, you know, like just take off, and, you know, you see these stories of people that are like, oh, I made, you know, 60,000 my first month. And you're like, I could do that, you know. And that was hard to accept, because I feel like, you know, well, they had all this experience, but I had to realize over my time in this industry as a mompreneur that, you know, some people, yeah, they may have overnight success, but that's, you know, you got to kind of remember too, what is their backstory? Do you really fully know their backstory and who they are, you know, as to how they were able to maybe have that overnight success. And at the same time, it's, you know, very rare that really does happen for people, that they're like, oh yeah, my first month I made $60,000. Like, it can happen, but it's not common. And that, you know, you have to go into these, you know, businesses, if that's, you know, what moms are doing, because it is a big thing nowadays. If that's something you decide to do, you've got to go in knowing that you got to put in the work. And the other part is just realizing that you can't compare yourself to what somebody else is doing. So there's no way I can say, you know, oh, I'll just never be like Kim Ward. She's just such an amazing woman. And, you know, because you are at a completely different chapter in your story of your book. And, you know, I'm in my chapter of my book, and they're 2 different places along the way in the process. And you just got to be willing to accept that part of the process. And you can't compare yourself to somebody else's story, because it's not your story.
This one conversation alone, gratitude, abundance, compare-itis, authenticity, grace. Like, we've literally hit everything you need to know about being successful, being yourself, sticking your guns. Oh, consistency. We've done it all here. So
I try to come live at nighttime after I've gotten my kids to bed and have a few minutes where I try to talk to my friends and followers at night. And I call it the daily real deal. And I just am raw and real. And sometimes I'm, you know, still in my daytime clothes. Other times I'm dressed in my comfy house clothes. And I'm just like, this is who I am. And I try to just give some motivation or wellness tips, you know, just something. And I try to do something a little different each day of the week if I can get on, you know. And my goal is to try to do at least 3 to 4 days a week with my lives in the evenings. But it's like, what you see is what you get. Like, I am not somebody that's going to lie to you, and I'm not fake. I'm just as real and genuine as possible. And you see my kids are coming out and they don't even care that mommy's on an interview.
Yeah, so what? Mom, I got to talk to you about this mask.
Yeah, right? Got to have my mask right here.
So listen, we're going to wrap it up, but I just want to thank you, Jess, because you are real. You are the real deal. You're just awesome. And here's the thing. If you're watching this and you're like, you know what? I really care about health and wellness as much as Jess. I like what she said about having a shopping club where I can earn money around my family and get safer products at the same time. That is a win-win-win. Reach out to Jess. I did tag you in this video, so you can just hop right over to Jess's page, friend request her, follow her, send her a message. And if it's not a right fit for you, that's okay. But she is so incredible and will tell you, this is what you need to do to be successful if it's a right fit. And listen, if you're like, I love Jess, I love her energy, but I have a business that I'm in love with, you can still talk to her about her products and getting those introduced to your home. And if you're like, this is just all great, but I love my products, I love my business, that's where I come in. And I did put a link up in the description of this video for a complimentary 30-minute session. And that will give you insight to yourself. That will allow you to get back on track, get some clarity, get your action steps, and go out there and kick some you-know-what in your own life, in your own business. So Jess, thanks so much, girl. I'm going to run.
I enjoyed it so much. I just loved being to talk to you again. Like you said, picking right back up where we left off, like it hasn't been no time at all.
We always will. That's what I love.
Ma'am.
All right. Have a blessed day, and be sure to connect with this awesome woman right here. Have a great day.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.